And entering the cage now is our second fighter from Parada MMA that we've seen tonight. We've got Bert Jenkins. He's got a 3-1 amateur record. Wins via a rear naked choke, armbar and anaconda choke, which tells you that he loves that ground game. Yeah, dangerous guy on the mat, but it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. He'll have his work cut out against CJ Ward, coming from a great gym, Team Renegade, who obviously we know have got some great high-level talent there, and they tend to favour the ground game as well. So it's going to be a really interesting stylistic matchup. But I'm really excited to see Bert Jenkins and see how he's evolved into his last in action. Bert just making his way out the fantastic walkway we've got here at Battle Arena in Birmingham. We mentioned on the broadcast earlier about Parada MMA having some really good young up-and-coming fighters, and this is certainly one of them. My apologies, just giving a bit of false information earlier on the broadcast. We had a very late change of opponent for Bert Jenkins. Originally scheduled to fight CJ Warby, he's now going to be taking on Reise Teasdale from BST. Got a record of 3 wins and 2 losses at amateur. He's gone the distance a couple of times and he's got a win by rear naked choke. His only losses have come via decision, 1 split decision and 1 unanimous decision, so he's used to going the distance, he's durable.
And Reise Teasdale was originally on this card as well, remember? Obviously Reise has lost his opponent, Bert Jenkins lost his opponent, so now they've matched up Bert Jenkins versus Reise Teasdale.
Yeah, Reise was also due to scheduled to fight another guy from Team Renegade, so be interested to see how this new matchup shapes out. We've got 2 experienced guys for amateurs, both with 5 fights under their belt.
We're just seeing Reise Teasdale now in the inspection zone.
Final bits of Vaseline getting applied to Reise Teasdale as he's just about to make his way up the steps and into the cage here at Battle Arena 60 in Birmingham. It's been a fantastic afternoon of fights so far. And don't forget, he's running all the way through to the evening with a second show later on, Battle Arena 61. Got a nice forward roll and cartwheel for Reise Teasdale as he enters the cage. That's one way to do it.
And in the red corner, we've got Bert Jenkins in the grey trunks. Opposite him in the blue corner, we've got Reise Teasdale in the multicoloured trunks.
Yeah, I'm loving the Great Britain and I think that's the Great Britain and Jamaica combined flags on the shorts.
The fighters touch them up and we're away. A good opening body kick from Teasdale, a good jab back from Bert Jenkins.
Yeah, Teasdale just quickly switched stances there. And
that's a really good right uppercut from Jenkins as well.
Yeah, that landed flush on the chin, but Reise took it. Nice lateral movement there from Bert Jenkins.
A good push front kick to the body as well from Jenkins. A knee back from Teasdale, but Jenkins gets the takedown and is now looking to get the back, or take the back of Reise Teasdale. Teasdale's trying to work back up to his feet.
Yeah, we've seen what damage he can do on the mat here.
Yeah, but we've got one hook in from Jenkins, a second hook.
He's looking for that rear naked choke. It looks tight.
I can't see if it's under the chin.
He's going to have to fight the hands here, Reise Teasdale. He's going to have to peel away those hands, and I think he's escaped for the meantime. It's over the other side of the cage, so we haven't got the best of views, but
yeah, the priority now of Reise Teasdale has to be to make sure that he's hand fighting. There's going to be a battle of hands. We're going to see Bert Jenkins try and slide an arm underneath the chin. Some strikes from his back will allow Reise Teasdale just to be able to.
Beautiful, he's turning into him and he's beautifully done there, and he's turned into the full guard of Bert Jenkins, and threat of that submission is now in the past.
Yeah, and we're in full guard now with Reise Teasdale on top. Bert Jenkins looking to get on a hip, post up and get back up to his feet. He's got the cage behind him as well that he can use to try and work his way up as well.
Yeah, he needs to either get his feet on the hips and push off,
yeah,
like you say, get onto a hip, or get his back up against the fence and start climbing his way back up.
Yeah, he's got an overhook on that right side, and what he needs to do is he needs to let go of that overhook, get an underhook, and that will allow him to start being able to bridge up and start working back up to his feet.
Yeah, you can see he keeps looking at the fence to try and kind of get his back up against it, but then just as he does that, Reise Teasdale pulls away his left arm and kind of just pulls him back around and away from the fence.
Again, he's gone with that overhook on the right side. He really needs to get an underhook on that right side. Then he'll be able to get on the left hip, slide out, stand back up.
Yeah, Reise momentarily had the half guard there, and Bert did a good job of getting back to the full guard. Looking for a bit of a rubber guard there, but lets go of that immediately.
This is good control on top from Reise Teasdale. Obviously, we were talking about what Bert Jenkins needs to do defensively to help him back up to his feet, but this is good topside control from Reise Teasdale.
Yeah, he's maintaining a strong base. He's not allowing he's not allowing Bert Jenkins to sweep or work any room for a submission. He's used his head as kind of that third arm to keep the head pinned down to the floor, and that marks the end of the first round, and some good heavy pressure from Reise Teasdale for at least half of that round, I'd say.
Yeah, I was about to say the half of the round thing is key, because I feel like this was a round of two halves. Obviously, Bert Jenkins started well with his striking. He managed to get the takedown, take the back of Teasdale. He looked dangerous for a second with the rear naked choke, but after about maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds on top, Reise Teasdale was able to sweep, get on top of Bert Jenkins, and that's where the round ended. So a round of two halves.
I think the Parada team in the corner there will be saying to Bert that he needs to avoid getting on his back. He needs to avoid those takedowns, keep the fight standing. As you said, he had the better of the exchanges arguably when the fight was standing, and as we saw, Reise Teasdale was able to control him for half a round at least in that first round, and he won't want to find himself in a similar position in this second round, especially early on in the round.
Yeah, and the problem is Reise Teasdale knows that if he can get this fight to the mat, or even if he's taken down, he can sweep, reverse, get on top, and that's where he can really be dominant in this fight.
It's a big confidence booster for comes out with a spinning wheel kick there.
Straight into a single leg takedown. See, this is what I meant. Reise Teasdale knew after that first round that there's a path of least resistance for him, and that's the top side control.
Yeah, I was just about to say before we saw that wheel kick that it's a big confidence booster when you can dominate someone, say, for example, on the ground as we saw then, or
and the clinch are in the striking exchanges early on in the fight, because if you can get back to those positions.
And that was a great double leg takedown as well from Bert Jenkins. He defended the initial takedown from Reise Teasdale. And I think the ref's standing him up
for shoulder strike.
Shoulder strike, yeah. Obviously in the amateur ranks, it can't be an elbow, it can't be a shoulder, it must be the fist. And that's disappointing as well for Bert Jenkins, because he just worked hard for that position as well.
Yeah, he defended the takedown really well, got in a dominant position himself on top.
That's a solid low calf kick from Bert Jenkins.
Yeah, and then the question mark kick to follow it up, I like that.
A lot of fighters are doing this tonight, starting with the low kicks, getting the concentration down low and then going up high.
The oblique kick there to the knee, you don't see that very often in both professional and mixed martial arts, but can be a pretty devastating tactic.
It can be. And now we've seen John Jones and Anderson Silva tonight.
Teasdale just controlling Bert Jenkins up against the fence, using that nice head positioning under the chin.
Yeah, there was a little bit of an exchange there, forced both fighters to close the distance, and now Teasdale is pushing Jenkins up against the cage. We saw this a few moments ago where Jenkins was able to reverse the position, get in on a double leg and take Teasdale down, so let's see if he can do that again.
See, he's looking for that trip, but nice defence from Bert Jenkins so far.
Good takedown defence. Great takedown defence from Bert Jenkins. That's the second time he's had to defend a solid takedown.
Yeah, Teasdale's really pressing for this takedown here.
And from a technical standpoint, the takedowns are being executed well, as they should be. But like I say, the takedown defence of Jenkins is just on point right now.
Jenkins has just did a great job of controlling that right arm of Reise Teasdale and not allowing him to get it behind the backside to try and set up a double leg. He's not allowing it to come through for the single leg. Tried for a hip toss there, but nothing there. Big knee up the middle.
And now we're seeing Teasdale pushing Bert Jenkins back to the cage. Bert Jenkins, since that first moment of this second round, has struggled to reverse position. But as you mentioned, Johnny is doing well fighting that wrist. He's got wrist control and he's stopping any hands getting connected, which ultimately Reise Teasdale needs to do in order to complete a takedown.
Yeah, Reise Teasdale doing a good job in the clinch exchanges up against the fence, because
and we can see some blood here, John. I'm not sure who it's coming from.
I'm not sure where that's come from there.
Potentially Bert Jenkins, as it's on the back of Reise.
That's beautiful head movement there. We saw a spinning back kick to the body and then head kick from Bert Jenkins, who lands a Superman punch and then follows up with the left head kick. But yeah, that nose is really bloody now of Bert Jenkins. Tough round to score that one, Adam.
It is a tough round to score. I feel that the bigger moments, or should we say the more prolonged moments, was the control time against the cage, which was in the favour of Reise Teasdale. But again, the flurry in the last moments of the second round from Bert Jenkins. Damage, effective striking. It's going to be interesting to see how the judges score that round. Once again, John, I'm glad I'm not a judge.
One thing I was going to mention just towards the end of that round is, from where I'm sitting, Bert Jenkins looks the slightly bigger physique, and it just goes to show the importance of solid technique, because Reise Teasdale has been able to kind of have his way in the clinch in that second round, and he's been the one controlling Bert Jenkins and not allowing Jenkins out from that position up against the fence, and all through beautiful technique. Good head positioning.
Yeah, the reason he was allowed that sort of time and control on the cage is because, like you said, the technique and the entries of the takedown are being executed in the right way. So Bert Jenkins knows that if he makes one slight mistake, it's going to ultimately end up with him being on his back. And that's a solid lead right hand from Jenkins.
Yeah, followed it with the left hand from Reise Teasdale though.
Yeah, Jenkins opened this round as a southpaw. He's switching stance as well. And again, beautiful a really movement. Good entry, but Bert Jenkins' takedown defence lifts him up.
Oh, that was beautiful takedown there. Just using the momentum, getting his right leg behind Bert Jenkins, and then just turning and as I say, using that momentum to get him to the mat. But Bert Jenkins straight back up to his feet up against the fence here.
Yeah, you love to see that. You don't like fighters being settled on the back and accepting position. Bert Jenkins is absolutely not one of those fighters.
This is a really gruelling fight for those who are watching at home. It's pretty much taking place everywhere. There's a lot of wrestling exchanges, striking exchanges. There's a lot of this clinch work up against the fence, and it's really tiring. You can see that Bert Jenkins there just trying to peel away the right ankle and he does a beautiful job.
Submission. The chain work there, John, of just starting a takedown, looking to get that single leg, chain into the double leg, and being able to complete.
Yeah, that was a beautiful takedown, and we'll see what he can do. He's currently in the half guard, and
he also initially started that chaining from a snap down as well with the front choke position.
The corner here of Reise Teasdale screaming for him to get his back against the fence and start working his way back to his feet. But at the moment it's heavy top pressure from Bert Jenkin. He's just landing those peppering right hands over and over again just to keep Teasdale thinking.
But we know Teasdale does have a sweep in him. He's done it once in this fight already.
Got to watch out for the arm triangle here.
Yeah,
he's not in a great position for it. He needs to either switch to the man or to the other side, but that position has now been lost.
Yeah, what he needed to do from that position is step up to mount and then step off to the other side. But of course, he had the cage in his way, restricting his movement.
Just controlling the legs here as he slides the left leg through and working for the man.
Great escape out the back door for Reise Teasdale there.
Yeah, Teasdale can spend some time on top now. And he's going to have to look to land some ground and pound of his own because he spent some time on the bottom there. Like I say, only 3-minute rounds for these amateurs. So
that positional step process from Reise Teasdale was beautiful. It almost looked like he was allowing Bert Jenkins to take his back, but in the moment he was prepared to sneak out the back door. He got a bit, got lower, made Jenkins get high, escaped.
Yeah, now he's got some top control himself. Got an overhook on the left-hand side here from Bert Jenkins, just controlling that right arm of Reise Teasdale, not allowing any of the ground and pound to be unloaded upon him. Both fighters make their way back to the feet with 10 seconds left. And there you go, pointed to the centre. And Max Holloway-esque.
Takedown.
Shades of Max Holloway, Ricardo Lamas there.
Yeah, that was just brilliant. He pointed to the floor and then level change.
Fantastic fight between these two competitors, Bert Jenkins and Reise Teasdale. Really putting in the work in all aspects of mixed martial arts there. We saw some great exchanges on the feet, but also some really slick transitions on the ground, some beautiful takedowns. Really fun fight.
And now we're going to hand you over to our MC once the official scorecards have been collected. Chris Fenson. Congratulations to Bert Jenkins for getting a win on the judges' scorecards in a fight that was very closely contested.
Fantastic fight between the two guys, and I mean Reise Teasdale shouldn't be too disappointed. I know he will be with the outcome, but put on a fantastic display and a very, very close fight there between the two guys.
It was really close, and I think that's important to understand that when a fight is that close and you're leaving it in the hands of the judges, it could lead to a swing either way. Bert Jenkins with the victory on the night though.
You need to be careful to double check. Back of these, mate. Sandwich or something there. Or have you?
I'm here with your winner, Bert Jenkins. Bert, You almost had him at the very beginning of the fight. You almost had his back. You had the choke deep in. Was that a bit frustrating for you not getting to finish in the first round?
Yeah, obviously it was frustrating, but we were both sweaty. I didn't quite have it under the chin to finish the thing, but he managed to get a sweep. We went full 3 rounds. Credit to my opponent, but got the win.
Definitely. And it was really back and forth there, especially in round 2. And then you come out for round 3. You wanted to touch gloves. Reise didn't want to do that. Did that change your mentality there in the 3rd round?
Well, it just shows his mentality and his attitude to other fighters. You've got to have respect in this game, but when he didn't touch glove, you just got to focus on yourself, get through that round and try and finish him as best you can.
I saw a bit of that Bert Jenkins killer instinct coming out there. When can we see you again, Bert?
Within the next couple of months, I'll be back in there and we'll be fighting again.
All right, Bert Jenkins, Parada MMA. Great to see you. Great victory. Great fight, great night, and back to the action.